So what's going on? Happy Tuesday. So thanks for checking me out. I really appreciate that. I don't take that lightly. Anytime anybody spend a minute or two checking me out, hey, time is precious. So I I I uh I appreciate that. I don't take it for granted. And so I try to come with add value. I know the presentation is probably about as base as it gets, but you can only work with what you got, right? So, but I make no excuses. I just get to it, and so I try to bring value to your life. Try to offer words of wisdom and knowledge and from personal experience. I'm a devout Christian. I'm a servant of the Lord. I have a strong relationship with Jesus. Uh, uh, and so, I come from a place of love. I have a lot of strong-minded opinions about things that I'm sure don't go with the go along, get along gang, and I don't try to. I like to think that I say the stuff, I say the quiet part out loud that most of us think but won't say, right? And so, with that being said, uh, somebody had made a comment, and thank you for the comment too. I appreciate it. Negative or positive, any feedback is a positive, right? So I welcome it all. I don't know everything. I'm not above reproach. I'm open minded to being corrected. Yeah, absolutely. So we all work together to make this thing work. And so that's what it's about, being better versions of ourselves, being an asset and not a liability to each other, right? And so on that, somebody has said that, oh, yeah, you're not even black to be talking about black people. I thought that was the silliest thing ever. My father is black, my mother is white, right? I grew up in Detroit, Michigan back in the 70s, which undoubtedly was the blackest city in the nation at that time. We had the first black mayor. Shout out to Coleman Young. All my schools were all black. I think my mother and my stepfather, who was an Italian American, he was white. I think we were the only white family in our neighborhood. My mother and my stepfather, and I'm mixed. And so, uh, I went to the soup kitchens and the Jeffrey Projects. I used to go hoop in the Brewster Projects. I mean, yeah, I'm about as black as it get. And so for somebody to tell me that I'm not black to be speaking on black issues, but then that I'm sure that same person, along with 92% of black women, voted for an Indian woman pretending to be black, right? Who has no connections to black culture in this country at all. But hey, she was black enough for y'all to go vote for her, but I'm not black enough to speak about black issues. All right. Okay. Well, sorry, sir. Yeah, I'm going to speak about black issues, because I've been living the black experience my whole life, right? And so I just wanted to speak on that a little bit. What the problem was back in the 60s. Malcolm X said that the greatest threat to black folks was the white liberal, right? Okay. And so now I believe the greatest threat to black people is the black liberal. So what happened was the white liberal, they just started allowing black people to come to their colleges and and get trained in their ways of thinking. So now instead of a white liberal being put out there, they just put the blackface liberal out there, like a Joy Reid. Oh, she's a Harvard grad and well, whatever, man. She about as empty-headed as they come, and she do more to hurt the plight of black people than anybody. So and I'm not going for that. And I just wanted to say something. We on that black fatigue, which is a very real thing. And you know what's funny? Black folks, we sit around talk about each other, about we can't have nothing around each other. We keep each other down. All black communities say the same thing about black people that we hear, but soon as white people say the same thing that we'll say about each other, then they racist, right? Or if somebody black with a platform get to saying the same thing that we say about black people, then he a coon. But down here in the trenches, in the real black experience, we have these conversations. We know that we can't have nothing around each other. We know that you can't go tell black folks what you got going on because they gonna be hating on you. We know that. We all had these conversations. We know that, and so when somebody begins to speak on these issues on a microphone platform, then it's always the white liberals, it's always the black liberals who has no black real world experience but think they can understand black issues and have the answers for black issues. And they don't, not at all, right? They're not trying to. They're just trying to push an ungodly agenda, and they're using black people as the mechanism for that, and that's not right, right? That's unrighteous in its performance, right? So I'm not with that, right? And you know what? I just wanted to share this, right? I'm from Detroit, like I said. I was born and raised in Detroit, and any Detroiter, they know that any Detroiter worth they salt, they know what we had in our neighborhoods was the Arabs, right? And we didn't like the Arabs because they didn't like us. You know what I'm saying? We don't rock with the Arabs like that. And Michigan's got the largest Arab population, but in Detroit they owned all the party stores, all the gas stations, all the meat markets. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't mess with us as a people, and we don't mess with them as a people because, to be honest with you, they be racist, right? But you don't hear nobody talking about that, right? No, you ain't gonna hear nobody talking about that at all, right? And so that's what's going on. And so yeah, we on this black fatigue. I know I'm tired of black folks. It's not. It's black fatigue. I know some people trying to say, oh, it's just nigga fatigue. It's that, but it's the culture it's the black culture that we tired of, right? We tired of the unaccountability. We tired of the ratchetness. We tired of the attitude. We just tired of all that degeneracy that's not being called out. Nobody's being held accountable. And then anytime somebody's got to say something about this stupid shit, then they wrong, right? And it's time that we as people, not just black people, but everybody, we all tired of it. You know what I'm saying? We the only community of people that allow this behavior. You don't see no other race of people that allows that from their people. They police themselves. They don't allow that within their own culture, but we do, right? All we're raising is a bunch of rappers and hoes. That's it. That's it. And I'm gonna end this with right here. There's a young man down in Atlanta. Shout him out. I don't know his name, but I'm gonna get his name so I can have it right. But this young black man has created a biofuel from plastics with his own ingenuity. He's built his own condensers. He's doing it damn thing, right? And he's revolutionizing the game that you could take discarded plastics and turn it into a biofuel that can run engines. Right? Does he get any credit? Is anybody shouting out his accession, his excellence, his excellent, mental state? No, not at all. But what do we hear? We hear about this dumbass who went out there and killed the innocent man because his criminal son out here want to be a gangster and got gunned down by the police, as he should have, right? And for real, he should have. He running from the police. He jump out of the car with a gun in his hand. What you think gonna happen? And then it's dead to go kill an innocent man behind that, and then the black community to be praising him like he's somebody. See, that's black fatigue, and I'm tired of it. We all tired of it, and it's time that we all start standing up against this and stop glorifying the Rodney Hintons, because he's an asshole, right? His son's an asshole, and he got exactly what he deserves. Excuse my language, but this what it is today, okay? So I just wanted to get that out, making these videos. I appreciate people watching, spending time with me, and I'm gonna keep trying to bring you the best quality as I can and add value into your life. And I just pray that we all do better and be better, right? Okay, everyone have a blessed and a wonderful day.